The Galactic Council chamber fell silent when Captain Elena Vasquez walked through the crystalline doors. 123 years ago, Earth had launched the Perseverance, a generation ship carrying 10,000 souls into the infinite dark. The galaxy had watched with detached curiosity as the primitive species abandoned their dying world, their sun collapsing into an early red giant phase due to an astronomical anomaly no one had predicted. Most species would have perished. The Council had seen it before. Civilizations clinging to hope as their ships drifted through the void, only to become ghost vessels, tombs filled with frozen dreams. But humans were different, and the Council was about to learn why. "You survived," Ambassador Thelvis of the Concordat stated, his 12 eyes blinking in asynchronous waves. "Our probability matrices gave your species a 0.03% chance of reaching any habitable system." Elena smiled, the expression carrying the weight of 5 generations. "We didn't just survive, Ambassador. We thrived." The holographic display activated, showing the Perseverance, but it was transformed. What had left Earth as a utilitarian colony ship now bristled with modifications. Hydroponics bays had been expanded 3-fold. Manufacturing facilities lined the hull. And surrounding the mothership like a school of metal fish were dozens of smaller craft. "Impossible," breathed Curator Shindor, the archivist's representative. "Your technology level when you departed couldn't support such construction." "It couldn't," Elena agreed. "So we learned." She pulled up personnel records, and the Council members leaned forward. Every human aboard had multiple advanced degrees. Children born in the void had been educated by the finest minds humanity could preserve. And those children had become teachers, engineers, and innovators in their own right. Without the distractions of planetary life, without war or politics to divide them, humanity had done what it did best. It had adapted. Year 17, we cracked sustainable fusion refinement, Elena continued. Year 45, we developed biodomes that could produce oxygen at 340% efficiency. Year 62, we intercepted a derelict Kull-Thresh mining vessel. That caused a stir. The Kull-Thresh had been a proud warrior race, extinct for 3 millennia. We studied their technology, Elena said simply. We improved it. By year 80, we had retrofitted our manufacturing capabilities. By year 95, we had built our first escort ships. Not for war, we had no one to fight, but because we needed to scout ahead, to send out smaller, faster vessels to find our new home. Commander Jarek of the Stellar Dominion stood abruptly. "You built a fleet? While drifting through interstellar space?" "We built a future," Elena corrected. "And yes, during that process we became very good at surviving in the harshest environment imaginable." The display shifted to show Kepler 442b, a super-Earth in the habitable zone of an orange dwarf star. The planet's surface was already dotted with landing sites, prefabricated structures being assembled by human crews who had never known the touch of rain, the warmth of unfiltered sunlight, or the pull of gravity stronger than the Perseverance's rotating sections. "We arrived 6 months ago," Elena explained. "The planet is perfect. Better than Earth ever was, according to the historical records. We've begun terraforming operations. We've established 3 settlements. And we've already made first contact with the indigenous microbial life. Harmless but fascinating." "You came here to request admission to the Galactic Council," Thelva stated carefully. "But you don't need us, do you?" Elena's expression softened. "We don't need permission if that's what you're asking. But we do need community. 123 years alone in the dark taught us the value of connection. We've survived, yes, but we don't want to merely survive anymore. We want to be part of something larger." The Council deliberated for 17 hours. In that time they reviewed everything. The Perseverance's logs, the technological innovations, the social structures that had kept 10,000 humans, now grown to 15,000 with births along the way, functioning as a cohesive society for over a century. What they found defied conventional understanding. While most species developed neuroses, cabin fever, and social breakdown within decades of isolated space travel, humans had created art. They had written poetry. They had held festivals celebrating holidays from a world none of the younger generations had ever seen. They had maintained hope not as a desperate prayer, but as a daily practice. When the Council reconvened, it was Curator Shindor who spoke first. "We have seen many species reach for the stars. We have witnessed countless civilizations rise and fall, but never have we observed a people who, when cut off from everything they knew, chose not just to survive but to become more than they were. Thelvis nodded slowly. The humans left Earth as refugees. They arrived at Kepler 442b as pioneers. They come before us not as supplicants but as equals who have earned their place among the stars through sheer, stubborn determination. Elena felt tears prick her eyes, tears she wouldn't have understood if her grandmother, who had been born on Earth, hadn't described them in her journals. The Galactic Council recognizes humanity, Thelvis declared. Not for your technology, which is impressive but not unique. Not for your accomplishments, which are remarkable but not unprecedented. We recognize you because you have demonstrated the one quality that defines all great spacefaring civilizations: the refusal to accept extinction. As Elena left the council chambers, she looked up through the transparent dome at the stars beyond. Somewhere out there, Earth was a fading ember, but here, in this new corner of the galaxy, humanity burned bright. They had drifted for 123 years through the void. They had found not just a new home, but a new purpose, and the galaxy would never be the same.